50 Shades of Curious News!
Your #1 resource for all things 50 Shades of Grey. And stuff. Yeah.
Although it sold 35 million or so copies, we've been told that some of you still haven't read the book 50 Shades of Grey. As a quick public service to start off the show, I'm going to give you a thorough overview of the book 50 Shades of Grey in 50 seconds.
Go!
Anna interviews Grey and is instantly attracted. Grey shows up at Anna's work and it begins courtship, which poor people call stalking. Anna tells Grey that she needs a photo, and after pictures, they have coffee. Later, he saves her from a speeding bicycle. After exams, Anna gets an expensive book and goes to a club where she kisses a friend and drunk dials Grey, and he takes her back to his hotel room where nothing happens but a scolding. Grey discloses his interest in Anna but needs paperwork signed, and they make out in an elevator. Grey helicopters Anna to his apartment, discusses paperwork, and introduces her to his red room of pain. Anna is a virgin, so he forgets about the paperwork, and they have sex, and more sex. And Grey's mother shows up and is surprised her son isn't gay. Grey reveals his sexual history, and Anna receives a laptop, though she's the only student alive who doesn't know how to use one. Anna teases Grey with email, but is overwhelmed, runs away, and doesn't see Grey again until her college graduation, where she finally decides to sign the contract. More negotiations, hard and soft limits are discussed. Anna is spanked for the first time and is confused by the lavish gifts at a trip to meet Grey's family. After getting a job in Seattle, Anna asks Grey to punish her, which is a very bad idea, and after being beat with a belt, she decides to leave Grey. With all the exciting kinky sex it spurred, we sometimes forget that 50 Shades of Grey actually had a few critics on the quality of the writing. No. Now, being a romance novel and not the Magna Carta, we probably should cut it some slack.
Here, have some slack.
But you should know that there have been many talented erotic fiction writers over the years.
Dr. Seuss!
Most famously, the one and only Anne Rice, who wrote the Beauty trilogy under the pen name Anne Roquelaire, and Exit to Eden as Anne Rampling.
Love her!
If you were very unlucky, you may have even seen the movie that was made from that book. Well, it was a travesty. They took a really sexy book and turned it into some sort of romantic comedy farce, where the only redeeming quality was Dana Delaney in stockings and garters.
Yeah.
You know, because when I think of sexy, Rosie O'Donnell and Dan Aykroyd instantly pop into my mind. I mean, really, what genius in casting decided this could be the hottest movie of all time? Let's get two of the least sexy humans in the...
Whoa! You're so sexy when you're angry.
Sorry. Another great writer is the fabulous Miss Laura Antoniou, who wrote the Marketplace series, a trilogy that you'll find in most serious BDSMers' libraries. Recently, Miss Antoniou wrote a bit of a tongue-in-cheek parody called 50 Shades of Sellout. And in a major coup over all the networks and cable news channels, we are very excited to say that she has given us an exclusive reading of that short story for our little show.
At last, finally, I see what people really want in their smut. Apparently I've been doing it wrong for 20 years. No matter. I'll correct it now. Double crap, Tiffany extrapolated as she realized her perfectly perky 37D breasts had gained another D overnight. There he was, so freaking hot, in his leather pants from Dolce & Gabbana, and his black silk shirt, and his really expensive black tie, and the black jacket, and the black diamond stick pin through the really expensive black tie, and his ink black hair, and his jet black eyes, and his big feet, and big black boots. Oh, he was so into black. I have a checklist, he said triumphantly while texting an Earl to her. Go to my webpage and fill it out and tell me whether you like, dislike, or are neutral about the 300 activities and fetishes listed therein, and whether you've done them before and with whom, and what you thought about it at the time, and then rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, and tell me whether you'd like to do them now, tomorrow, next week, or after the Mayan apocalypse. But I'm sure I haven't done anything on your list at all. Despite being an adult in 2012 and having been through college in a very trendy urban area, I'm still completely virginal in every way and know nothing at all about kinky sex. Triple crap, Tiffany exclaimed. All that? But how is it possible? It all sounds crazy, and yet, when I look into your charcoal eyes, all I could think of is, Jesus Christ, I'm so horny I could die. Oh, quadruple crap, she extremed as he tore away her leather bustier with one hand and fell on her like a ravening wolf. a ravening black wolf.
You can watch Laura reading her entire short story, 50 Shades of Sellout, by visiting www.50shadesofcurious.com, Laura. While you're there, you can also find a link to buy books from Laura, Anne Rice, and dozens of other authors that we recommend, and get a link to Laura's homepage. News from Italy. A 31-year-old woman who signed a BDSM slave contract back in 2006 is now suing her master/husband for divorce and abuse. The two have split up over a year ago, and the contract they signed has been released to the press as the legal proceedings ensue. Online newspapers and blogs have been all over this story, with the UK's Daily Mail saying, "Italian sex slave wife sues husband over their 50 Shades of Grey bondage contract." And the Stir says, 50 Shades sex slave wife sues husband because whipping isn't all it's cracked up to be. As you'd expect, both stories quote the contract itself liberally, sensationalizing clauses and going for whatever can be presented as titillating. You know, it seems every story today that includes any kind of kinky sex is a 50 Shades of Grey story.
Yeah!
This is not a 50 Shades of Grey story.
No?
This is a 50 Shades of Stupid story. Look.
You're stupid.
This story is about two people's private agreement on the kind of kinky sex that they were going to have during their marriage.
Yeah!
Last time I checked, slavery was outlawed, even in Italy.
Yeah!
Right? Long time ago. Yes? Okay.
Yes!
While BDSM couples drawing up slave contracts are very helpful to create better communication between the partners and provide a fun fantasy element, they are not legal. So holding someone to this contract is like trying to hold your best friend from 3rd grade to the bajillion-dollar bet you made on who would get to see tits first. BDSM play is fantasy play. Sometimes it can be very intense and very realistic, but nevertheless, consent can be revoked at any time.
Right.
Contract or not.
Yeah.
By its definition, BDSM can't exist unless there is consent. So all we care about is simple. Did this person non-consensually hit his wife?
Right.
If he did, he should go to jail.
Yeah!
If he didn't, then he shouldn't be demonized as an abusive husband since they were in a consensual BDSM relationship. It's also nice of the blogs to point out that the husband did follow proper BDSM procedure, like giving his wife a safe word for her in case things got too intense.
What was
The
it?
word, by the way,
Spaghetti and butter?
was Mario.
Here comes my dad.
Hi, what's the matter you? Put down that weed.
Please visit 50shadesofcurious.com, where you can buy all of our great kinky BDSM toys and get lots of free education. This month in October, we're going to give you this right here, the special code.
Oh, good.
This code is going to give you 20% off in our kinky toy shop on all our packages. Now that's just for the month of October, so make sure you use this code and get there now and check out all our great kinky toys.
Let's spoil the
Okay,
package.
please call our hotline and leave us all your comments and ideas, and that'll make it so we have to do a lot less writing. We appreciate it. And hit the subscribe button, for God's sake, so I can stop talking about it.
Hit it hard. It likes it.
Until next week, I'm Alternative Life Coach Bo Blaze, reminding you, when you stop growing, you start dying. So let go of those fears, seek truth, and find your integrity.